you think about here we are coming out of the pandemic, at least here in the US. And obviously you're seeing lots of turnover right now in the job market. Some people are choosing not to go back to work because they don't want to go in the workplace. They don't want to go back to the office. Sales jobs, I know, like even our own clients at our coaching program, their sales reps are getting poached. And it's just like, I just hired this guy a year ago and now he's getting poached and he's moving over. And so I'm curious to know your perspective, and also from what you hear in your conversations, do you feel like the structural environment change over the last year and a half, does that favor opportunities for women, or do you think it and minorities, or do you think it serves as a detriment for them in some way? Maybe it's a little both based on the situation, but I'm just kind of curious based on what you see. It's like, well, more work from home might be better for women. Maybe more work from home might be more difficult for women. I don't know. We'd love to hear what you're hearing out there.
Yeah, we know that I don't know what the exact number, Lori shared it actually recently on but the exact number of women who left the workforce since the pandemic began, we know that it's staggering. We know that number is just absolutely staggering. So I think there's multiple pieces. I think we need to get, if people want to be back in the work, I think we need to help bring the women that have left the workforce that do want to come back into the fold, because we've had such a big drop off there. I think there's definitely more opportunities. Like we're seeing companies get more aggressive with hiring. I have an inbox full of recruiters that would say the same. So I think you do have that piece around, the hiring ecosystem has changed. I also think attitudes have changed big time. I think we just went through what none of us want to really address based on, which is a global trauma, like a global full-on trauma that we just experienced. And what we're experiencing right now is everybody's kind of like, it's summer, we should all be happy, but there's a heaviness about it. And we haven't really addressed that fully yet. We just kind of popped right out of the global trauma and bumped back to going to the bars on Saturdays. And it's we didn't really get into that enough. But anyway, so I think there's also this piece, at least for me, it was a very transformational time. This past year for me specifically has been my biggest transformation professionally ever.